Hi, my name is Brian Bartley. I'm a sergeant in the 6-7 precinct in Brooklyn, and I'm here to talk about my daughter Sophia, who has ataxia telangiectasia, or AT. AT is a rare degenerative disorder that affects the central nervous system and the immune system. It's most commonly explained as a combination of cystic fibrosis, muscular dystrophy, and cerebral palsy. Sophia is 5 years old. She went into the hospital in February of 2016 and spent 3 days in the hospital after having a fever of 103 degrees, where a doctor felt a spinal tap was necessary to check for meningitis. We left the hospital 3 days later, not really knowing what she had. They couldn't give us an answer. We went through another 6 months of genetic testing and other testing where she saw every specialist under the sun. And then approximately 6 months after she'd gone in the hospital, we were diagnosed with ataxia telangiectasia. When you have a child that's diagnosed with something like AT, your whole world stops. You don't know what to expect next. You don't know what's going to come next. You're given a diagnosis that you barely understand, and you're told that it's a terminal disease and there's no cure for it, there's no treatment for it, and that your child now has 1,000% higher risk of certain cancers like leukemia and lymphoma, and that an everyday thing that could be a common cold for somebody else could result in 3 months of breathing treatments or a week in a hospital for your daughter, and you don't know how to react. You don't know where to turn for support and for help. I was at work, and my CO at the time spoke to me about a friend of his that had a daughter with a similar condition who was on the job, and we reached out. We got in touch with Kevin O'Connor, who's an assistant commissioner, and he explained to me what was going on with his daughter, what he goes through, and then he mentioned an organization called NYPD with Arms Wide Open, which is an organization that helps families of individuals who have special needs or rare diseases. And that organization has just been phenomenal in the support that they give my wife and I and our family. And we've made a lot of friends through NYPD with Arms Wide Open, and it makes it a lot easier to handle the day-to-day because you know that there's people that are going through similar things that you're going through. They may not be the same disease, it may not even be a rare disease, but it's special needs, and you know that within that community there's police officers who are going through the same thing. So not only are you dealing with a special needs child, but you have the added stress of being a police officer and having to maintain your composure and your sanity while you're at work. And one of the things that most cops tend to do is internalize everything. We don't talk to people. We don't mention what's bothering us. You could ride in a car with the same person for years, and they would never know that you had a child with special needs. Through NYPD with Arms Wide Open, you learn that there are other people who are on the job, have children with special needs, and are going through similar things that you go through. And you learn that it's a lot easier to talk to people who are going through similar things that you're going through. They understand where you're coming from. They understand the doctor visits. They understand your child constantly being sick. They understand the headache that insurances can be and dealing with that. And they understand what you go through as a police officer or as a police officer's family member that's going through the same thing. So the support that my wife and I have gotten through NYPD with Arms Wide Open has been amazing to us. It's been an amazing help. Money that's raised for NYPD with Arms Wide Open helps to support families of children with special needs. They help in paying for special medical equipment that a child may need, a special hospital bed or breathing treatments. They can help with insurance problems. They help with different medical equipment that you would need for your child throughout their life. The other thing that you get from them is just general support, where if you're having a bad day, you can reach out to somebody within NYPD with Arms Wide Open and say, hey, you know what? This is what's going on. I'm having a bad day. This is what's going on with my son and my daughter. And they understand where you're coming from because they're on the same page. They're on the same level. They go through the same things that we go through. And not only is there financial support as far as medical equipment and that, or medical expenses, but also if there's renovations that need to be done because your child's now in a wheelchair and you need ramps for your house, or you need a room modified, these guys can help with the cost of that and help you contain will continue your normal life, your everyday life of dealing and helping your child. It takes a lot of stress off of the parents. It takes a lot of stress out of your life knowing that there is support for you and there is help behind you. On June 22nd, Patrol Borough Brooklyn North, along with the NYPD with Arms Wide Open, is hosting a 5K run, walk, and roll in Domino Park in Brooklyn. This event will help raise money for NYPD with Arms Wide Open to help make the lives of officers who have family members with special needs a little bit easier. My daughter Sophia will be the Grand Marshal at this event. We would love to have you all come out and help support a wonderful organization and help us raise as much money as possible to help this organization. Thank you.